Hi everyone, I've just read another sad story from America. I used to watch the shows on TV. How I just can't understand why. I know that it's against their law, but why can't they bring in this law what we have, dying with dear dignity? Dying with dear dignity. We have that law now that we allow people with any terminal illness, that's cancer, anything like Alzheimer's or anything that is terminal, that they can go through to a certain stage and have their life wassailed away. I've had four family members die with cancer, and I just don't want to see that suffer again. When my local area started to wassail for it, I went to my local representative of our area. I found he had a email up, and he even put that through to our local parliament. They kept me updated of everything that was going on and everything, and now all of New South Wales has got this dying with dignity. I've got cancer. I'm doing stuff to have my cancer removed. I've got Alzheimer's. I'm not in a bad stage of that, but when my late mum died from Alzheimer's, she was bedridden completely, and I know the family was around her. If I get to that stage where I'm bedridden and have to be fed or washed or anything like that, I don't want to go on. I'm gonna have it stated in my will. I know I can wash on, and I've been talking to my son about it. I rather not let him. I don't want to suffer anymore. It's just something that should be brought into. I know there's other parts over in the UK and stuff that first over in. I know there were people here from Australia that flew over to the Netherlands or somewhere that they were diagnosed with cancer. That's where this dying with dear dignity has came from. There is only two states left in Australia that does not have this dying with dear dignity thing. It is something that I do reckon everyone should be allowed to have. It gets people, you don't suffer for someone to suffer for 5 years with cancer. That's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. I've seen enough of cancer in my life. Seen my pop die with it. I seen him a week before he passed away. He was a big, heavy built, big man, and to go down to nothing, and he didn't even recognise me. That was a hard part. And then I've had other people in my family die with it. My brother-in-law had cancer. My late husband had cancer. There's been a lot of my family. I've been buying death certificates and finding out we've even got skin cancer in our family, and that's even coming through. That has been the last person I seen back in 2000, in the early 2000, was my uncle. 3 weeks before he passed away, he was just covered in these tiny little black dots. He lived on the coast. He loved the coast. He loved coast fishing. He came up to his sister, and I seen him. He came to my place and stuff, and he had these tiny little black dots all over him. I have a scar underneath this eye here where I had skin cancer. I've got a scar down the side of my neck where I've got skin cancer. I've got a scar on the back of this hand where I've had skin cancer taken off. I have a scar down the side of my nose here where I had skin cancer taken off. I go out and get my skin cancer taken off. I've got a bit here on my neck that is starting to flare back up again. If that gets bad, I'll have that taken out. I am someone who rather have the cancer taken out than letting it go. There is that. It's just something that should be done. And most of the world, I have heard and read, has got this, but America doesn't have it. They've got a law out against it. With here in Australia, when they wanted to bring it out, we had people go down to our main parliament and stood out the front for months and months and months about it. And then now it's been coming out over the last few years out through Australia. And why shouldn't the rest of the world come into it? Save people suffering with cancer. That you need to put that onto a family that doesn't want to see families suffer. It's a horrible thing, seeing families suffer. I know what it's like, seeing my late husband die from cancer. That was awful. That was awful, seeing that happen. It's just something that was back in the 90s, but now having this, dying with dignity, it's just something that needs to be brought out. I'm just going to flick around so you can see a bit of it. I have it up on my screen. I'm going to rotate this set. There it is there. Dying with dignity. Law that came out here. We are allowed to awesome that to have it. So I just thought I'd like to see something done in America with it, so people are not suffering with it all the time. Something that has to be done. That these poor people over there are suffering with horrible cancer. It's just so cruel. It's just so cruel. Like, you can take a dog or an animal or something that has a broken leg or suffering with cancer or something. You can have them put down. Why can't they let a human be put down who is suffering from a terminal illness? That is what this is for. People with a terminal illness. It's just horrendous that there's just so much going on over there. It's just so wrong. To let people suffer. Let someone see their loved ones suffering with cancer for 5 years. People just need to have that peace of mind, so they don't have to. I know they are dying with cancer, but not to let them suffer. We're not in the old times. We're in the modern era. Something should be done with it now, so people don't suffer. Okay, catch ya. Bye.